Okay. Last week we were talking about block files, and we kind of got stuck a little bit on block files. But I was able to call Eclipse and figure it out. So I'm going to kind of walk you through it for those of you that don't have it figured out. So what you do is go into Eclipse, go into Alt-U. You're already in User. Go into Advanced. Click on Blocks, and your block files should be there. And if they are, click on Block Files, OK, and then OK. And then go back into Advanced, and it should read like this. Users, whatever your user setting is, your name, Documents, Eclipse, whatever your, I think this is your dictionary, and then it should say block files. If it does not say block files right here, then your block files aren't in there. Okay? So you may need to read your block files in again. If you may have read your block files in wrong. So that's the way you do it. So we should have it good now. So what you want to do is go Control D, and then from here on out just put everything in that you need to from all of your block files. You don't have to think of a stroke for everything, but it's not real bad to have it. Okay? So like marking exhibits, direct examination, cross-examination, off-the-record discussions, title pages. You don't really need to do title pages because you can do that and kind of read them in later, which when you're in the file itself, Alt-R takes you to your block files. Okay? So we can kind of read a couple of them in now. What I want you to do is you can type on your keyboard. So do AUF spacebar AUF. Okay? Press OK. It's going to bring this up. And actually, you know what? I'm sorry, guys. What we need to do is go into transcripts, which is Alt-D. Go into your block files. We need to create the file first before you name it. Go into block files. It's gonna name it right here, and just do like off. And as you see right here, what I have off the record discussion. You can name it whatever you want. Off record discussion, off discussion. I just kind of labeled it like that, off the record discussion. Okay? So what it's going to do is it's going to give you, you don't have the file in there. So push enter, and it's going to ask you if you want to create that file. That file doesn't exist. Do you want to create that file? Yes, you do. So push yes. Don't look at what I'm doing because this isn't right. I've already done it. So don't look at what I'm doing. Do what I'm telling you to do. Go in to the.
Because I did Alt-D and my thing is just giving me 2 dashes. Alt-D.
Okay, get out of there. Get out of Alt-D. Now go to Alt-D.
Alt-E.
E.
But I have to open up a page first, right?
No, go into Alt-E. Go into your block files. You see them? Okay. Do right there in this little space bar. I'm going to walk you through it again. Go into Alt-E. Right here, go into block files. Highlight that. Open. it's going to bring you to your block files. So right here, where you have your prompt, put in capital O, FF, off the record discussion.
You can only open it.
Huh?
You can only open it.
You can only open it?
Just open. There's no save.
Yeah, you want to open it.
I thought you said we didn't have it.
You don't. It's going to ask you if you want to create it. Just do what I'm telling you to do. I'll walk you through it. Off the record discussion, push enter. It's going to ask you if you want to create that file. That the file does not exist. Do you want to create this file? Press enter again. It should bring you to a blank page. Does it not? Everyone has a blank page? And a prompt?
Yeah.
No?
I have the hot one too. I'll check it out. There's also one that's not hot. Is this the same thing? Did you get it?
Oh yeah? You already had it.
Is that it?
I guess so.
That's the
Did-
one, yeah.
It's going to be a little bit different because that one is for a deposition. So we can change it up a little bit.
The block files we have are deposition block files.
Yeah. So, you have it? Do you have the file? Is it coming up? Nothing? Okay, all right. So, what you want to do is I'm going to walk you through as if it wasn't even there. And then we'll modify y'all's the way. We'll think of something else. We'll think of something else so this way you have it for a deposition and this way you have it for a court. Okay? So this way for the court, why don't y'all go ahead and get out. Get out of that. Go back to the Eclipse thing. Do Alt-E. You don't need to. Alt-E blocks. Come here. I'm sorry, guys. Alt-E. Yeah. Locks. Open. Now you're gonna put off the record court discussion. So this way it's different, okay, from your deposition. So off the record court discussion. Don't look at what I'm doing because I need to do something different because mine is already there. So I'm going to do a test discussion. Okay? It tells me that the file does not exist. Do you want to create the file? Yes, you do. So it brings you to this right here. Okay? Okay, now what you want to do is Alt-N. That brings you to a page break. And you want a page break, so just in case it's at the end of a page or something like that, Enter. Come down to the next line. You can see right here, this little S symbolizes that it's a fixed paragraph. Okay? Put your cursor in there and left click it, and it's going to open it up. And what you want it is centered. Okay? Highlight center. Press enter. Then you want to do open paren. Whereupon and off the record discussion was had. Close paren. Okay? Got that? Spell discussion correct. That would help. Hey, no laughing. Okay, so now it's already there. You can close it. Now you come here, Control D. Now you can name it whatever you want, okay? It all depends on what you're gonna do the most. You know, if you think you're gonna do depositions more, then this is where you need to put in the one you're probably gonna use the most. Okay? So the one you're gonna use the most is AUF, spacebar, AUF. It's Control D, AUF, AUF. Okay? Enter. Or okay. Come here to the special entries and do A. And it's going to bring you to the auto include.
Hold on the AUF, we do,
Twice. Yeah. So do AUF spacebar AUF. And you can do it with your fingers.
and the spacebar takes care of the next stroke? Or
Yeah.
Okay, because I hit next.
So you don't, I mean, you know, when it brings up that little machine looking thing, you can go in there and kind of do it with the, you know, whatever. It's going to take a little bit longer, or just do it with the letters. AUF, AUF, and just type in the letters AUF, and it knows what to do already. Okay? So it's going to bring you right here. You want to do it as an auto include? So hit enter and go O, and then pick the one that you want. So I want you to put the off the record court discussion. Choose that one. Okay, got it? Highlight it, enter. And it's going to put it in here. It didn't do it for mine because my file, it's saying that it already exists. Okay, it's going to go just like that. Okay? But you don't need two. It's going to look just like this. You should have your curly, sideways caret, off the record discussion, and it should be exactly the way you typed it because you highlighted it, so it really doesn't matter. I'm telling you guys, if you type it in here and anything is wrong or different, it's not gonna know. So the best thing to do is to go into the auto include files or whatever. It's gonna bring it up. You know, it's gonna ask you already. Once you push it to auto include, which is right here, when you bring this down in the special entries and you select the auto include, it's going to bring up the prompt, and then it's going to bring up your block files because it's telling it that it's a block file. Okay, so you just do O because you know it's the off the record discussion, so O is the easiest way. If not, then you can go, it has a little thing where you can scroll down and eventually find it, or just do the letter and it'll take you to the letter and it'll give you everything that starts with O. Okay, choose the one that you want. It looks just like that. Press enter. It's in there. Now do off on your machine. Is it coming up? Coming up? Up. That's the way you create a file. So go into Alt-E, block file, open, and you need to go in and pick out all the ones that you think you need. And we're going to kind of work on a few, the ones that I think you need. Break is another good one because, you know, you may go and you may break for lunch. Break is different than lunch. Okay? Break is like, you know what, we're going to take a small break. We'll come back in about 5 minutes and we'll resume with the next witness, or we'll resume with the deposition. So break and lunch are going to be totally different, okay? So do y'all have a break? Okay, highlight it, open it. And a lot of them are real simple. Usually on mine, I go in, I know it's kind of small, and I'll do whereupon. I always do like whereupon. And right here, I always make sure that it's centered. Mine are usually always centered. Okay? So right here, if you want to change it, come in right here, put your little arrow right there, left click, it opens it up, it asks you what you want to do. Do you want it as a fixed line, parenthetical, speaker, paragraph, whatever? You want it centered. Okay? Make sure that it's centered. Everything is fine. Looks good. Okay. So do Control D. And I do break, break. B-R-A-E-K. And it kind of knows what to do, because I did it B-R-E-A-K, and it knows what to do. You don't have to worry about it's going to, do them backwards or whatever. It's not. It can only do it one way. Press OK. Come in here. AA, auto include, right here. Push B. You see where it says break. Select break. Open, puts it in there. Okay? Enter, just put it in your dictionary. Now do break, break. They come up. It's like,
I'm still doing great.
on the Control D.
Yeah, but not.
B R.
But I have to hit it here. I can't do it on the machine.
No, not on the machine. You want to do it on your computer. And just do it with the letters. B-R-E-A-K. Type it in. You don't have to do it with the arrow.
Oh,
Yeah, type it in. The other type.
like just regular English letters.
Regular English letters. It knows what to do. B-R-E-A-K. Space bar. Yeah.
That's your break.
B-R-E-A-K. Yeah, try it.
Control D.
Okay. And then do special entry where the E is.
Control D.
Bring that down. AA. Enter. Break. Entry. Do break, break. Hmm? Is it correct?
But I needed a new one to come up, right?
Is that the
Oh,
one?
here it is.
A new one comes up.
You have to hit it, yeah. If you do it
Do
just
like
a
a new
little bit
page?
wrong,
Yeah, and when it comes
then it's not
up.
gonna do
No, because we didn't put a break.
Yeah.
It's break in there. It's just,
Okay.
just.
it. Okay, and that's kind of good too, guys. If you miss one letter or one letter changes, define that. Okay? Because if you hit it wrong, and it's possible, I mean, you can misstroke it, it happens. You still want to define it. Okay? So even if it's just a little bit off.
Whereupon recess taken?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or recess was had, you can go in and change it whenever you want. So if you wanted to say something different, or the person you go to work for wanted to say something different, then all you do is go into your block files, go into the one that you want, break, off the record discuss, or break, go in there, you can change it to whatever you want. Okay? Got it? All right. Alt D. Block files. Open. Lunch. Open.
This one we're creating one,
No, we should have it in there.
a food statement,
I'm sorry?
a lunch. Do lunch.
Okay, when you go in, it's gonna say lunch recess, lunch whatever. You can put whatever you want, as long as it doesn't take up more than one line. They don't want you going in there, you know, especially like the fourth court, people like that get really upset when you're, you know, especially attorneys, you know, because it's costing them money. They feel like, you know, if you're putting something really long for something ridiculous. You know, it's kind of short to the point of what it's supposed to be. So as long as it's one line, then it's okay. Okay? Go in there, put whatever you want. I don't even know what luncheon
It's British.
is. And if you're in Britain, that's fine. We're not. And that's pretty much what I want mine to read. Whereupon a lunch recess was had. So if you'll notice, and it doesn't go up. Make sure that it's centered. You got it? Is yours centered?
Same thing for me. When we did center, it threw it to the right. If we leave it as parenthetical, it stays in the middle.
No, it's gonna leave it as centered. It'll center it. It may look like it's to the right because you have a lot of space right here, maybe. See how it looks like it's off centered right here?
No, I mean,
It's not.
I zoomed.
Huh?
I moved it and it's still.
You zoomed in and it's still. I'd put it as centered. I would, but you can do whatever you want. You want to put it as a parenthetical, you do what you want. And you can kind of mess around with it a little bit because, like, we're gonna go into a different file, and then I'm gonna read you stuff, and then we're gonna try putting these things in there, and then you can see how it comes up, how it looks.
That's true.
Okay?
Okay.
So then, you know, we can kind of mess with it there. I'm telling you, you want it centered, but if you think it needs to be a parenthetical, you do whatever you want.
What does the UFM say should be?
What key is it to zoom in and out again?
Because mine says parenthetical. Which
Oh,
one's
mine's
that?
a parent.
Control
That's
F7
from a
and
freelance.
Control F8.
Block files.
Hmm?
Maybe we should keep it that way.
We have to look at the other one.
We go through the parenthetical ones.
Yeah, that won't be hard to do.
What to do?
Just a center.
Putting in break instead. Control F7?
Control Shift. You have to be in the document.
There's a concept of NCH.
Okay, and one of the students was just asking, we kind of went over it, but I mean, Control Shift F7 and 8 kind of makes it bigger and smaller. Okay? Just in the thing itself. You don't have to worry about, it's not changing any of the fonts or whatever, it's just making it in the text itself. So that's how you make it a little bit bigger if you want to read it. Okay, got that? Okay, close that. Control D. And then put whatever stroke you want for lunch. I do LUN. LUN, LUN. Lun for lunch. But you can do whatever you want. Whatever you think you're going to be able to remember best for lunch. Hmm?
Lunch.
Maybe lunch.
Lunch. If you want to do lunch, that's fine too. L-U-C-H. L-U-C-H. I wouldn't, but I'm just kidding. That's just the way I do it. So whatever you're going to remember for your stroke, do it. Enter. Special entry. AA. Enter. L. Select lunch. Open. Enter. Now do lun lun. Come up.
I thought I already had them. I already had them mixed up.
Bragger.
No, I don't think I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
One of the students was bragging she already had it, so it's all right. For those of you who didn't, that's how you do it. Everyone got it? Okay. Alt-E. Block. Go in. All right. Okay. Go into cross. Open. Huh?
Something.
I don't have a cross.
You don't?
It's not an eclipse.
Right, I
Hmm?